To do it. Oh!
What a love bite, huh?
What's a love bite?
Hi guys, if you don't know who I am, my name is Ben and I'm here to make automotive easy for you. Today I have a very special request from a customer. He wanted to sell his car, but he actually went to inquire for different workshops and different workshops gave him different answers. So today we are actually at Megatronic and we are going to thoroughly diagnose the car. So without further ado, I would like to introduce the owner to you. David, nice to meet you. So right, just to let you know what we're going to do today, there's a customer that actually messaged us and he wants to sell his car. But the thing is, right, he keep telling us that there is issue and different sort of workshop giving different answers. What can we do for him?
We will go through the car, make sure the car is not any accident, major accident, or importantly, the car have not been flooded before. We have already 17 years in here and we have 3 branches in Pang Valley.
Yes, so let's just wait for him for the time being, alright?
Alright.
Okay. Hey. David?
How to do it? How to do it?
As we discussed, we are going to thoroughly diagnose your car first to see is there any other major issues aside from the suspensions that were mentioned in different workshops. So without further ado, let's just hook it up.
Okay, sure.
Since this is your first time visiting this workshop, what do you think?
First and foremost, I feel like I get the impression that he knows what he's doing, because like as you can see over here, there's like a lot of like continental cars like Porsches, like BMWs, all that. So like I get the feeling that I can trust him compared to like other workshops who are like very like run down and all that. Like, that's just what my impression is.
What are the problems that the other workshops that I've told you?
I can't remember exactly the problems, but I remember one of it was like the front arms and then like the mounting and then like 2 other issues which is like I can't remember exactly lah, but yeah.
Why did you decided to sell this car?
Because I feel like this car is a bit dated now, like it's from 2005, so like I was thinking of upgrading like the following year or something like that.
Okay, so David, now we are actually under the car. So you let me know what sort of problems do you first see?
We will check it, the leaks. You see, this is oil mark leak.
Oh, it's quite serious, huh?
And then this is what we do visually. So if that area is like sweating, that means it's leaking. Alright, so in this case, the gearbox is leaking. For this car, about 16 years old car, so the undercarriage, other than that, seems okay. We see the age, whether the car have been accident on this running board over here, all the way down until this area. Okay, Ben, come, I'll show you this one.
Okay.
So whether the car have been kissed by somebody, we can see the age here. The age looks, you see, looks genuine. There's no paint, no bend, everything. So whether the car have been accident or kissed by somebody, you can see it. Alright. You see the exhaust rust is common because it's 17 years old car. When you want to have a look on this 4x4 or the pickup, you make sure you go deep in this kind of hole. If you go the car off-road before, there's a lot of mud in there. No matter how, very difficult to be clean.
So what is this crack all about?
This is the lower arm bush, which already you see there's a line here. So that is the crack. This is very common because of road condition. So this is considered one of the wear and tear.
Okay, so now we are at the engine bay. So what sort of problems do you spot?
We will just check on the whole car, especially on the top area. It looks good. There's no major leak from the top, especially from the engine. It's meant to be a bit dusty, but it's not like just sweating like just now. We will check on the engine, the engine oil. Alright, the engine oil looks so clear.
Okay.
Alright. Yeah, the oil level is fine. So that means there's no much slush on this engine. So the drive bell, oh, the engine mounting looks so new.
Wow.
The owner kept the car well. The mountings looks new.
But then he mentioned something about a noise. What is those noise that is being created?
The noise created, let me have a look on this area. Maybe the housing. See, the housing is not fitted properly. Alright. The battery is loose. Alright, so the battery is loose. When the battery is loose, you go over the hump, there may be a movement of the battery will cause the noise. Alright, so that's most probably. You hard the scan tools to check on the electronic. For example, the engine, the transmission, the gearbox. Basically, I will say 80% of the electronic able to be diagnosed. Alright, so we at the meanwhile we let it run, and then we have to induction to sell the car off. We make sure all the windows are working. We just try it, run it. Alright, all 4 windows are working perfectly. Oh, this is not working. Alright, so the window is not working. Yeah, you can hear some little noise inside here, but it's not working. So most probably the window lifter is faulty. The day-to-day usage, for example, like the power window, the central locking, these features just have to play around with it. So make sure it's working. At the same time, we will go through all the doors, whether already have any damage before. The line here, because this kind of angle, very difficult to be repaired if there is an accident. So with your hand, it's so smooth, then it's so fine. So the rear boot also the same, the angle here, and then just lift the boot cover up. Okay, as the same as just now also, whether there's any repair or any paint before.
So usually it's very easy to spot a car that went through accident before or not just by touching the grooves.
Yeah, the grooves, whether it's wavy or it's smooth. Alright, that's another skill of it to do it. Oh,
yes.
there's a little kiss here.
What a love bite,
What's a love bite? So we run a short test on the car. Everything look green. That means there's no much electrical failure. That means even though the car is 17 years old, but the electronic wise is still working fine. So we conclude the car is we need to do an exterior paint to beautify the car, and then the gearbox oil leak, and also the steering rack has some oil leak, and the window. That's all. Other than that, it's fine.
Right, Chong, there's actually 2 things that you need to think of. We don't know whether you're going to sell it to a dealer or maybe even an end user. David did highlight that if you're going to sell it to an end user, then it's better to actually beautify the entire car again. A very unexpected kiss.
This one was like one of my family members said it, like it wasn't me. So like, but when I see this, I get pissed off also. Like, I want to fix it as soon as possible.
Overall check, David did mention that there is not much of an issue of the drivability, but he is concerned on the gearbox part and of course the lower arm, which you can do lah. We all know what's the problem with your car. There will be a list of the pricing as well. We will send it to you. But if there's any serious issue at all, we are always here to help you out. Just reach out to us, talk to us. From there, we will decide what we can do to further help you.
Yeah, I definitely will.
So right guys, the very important thing for all of us to take note of is right, when it comes to selling a car, usually if it's selling to an end user, we will tend to focus more towards the exterior side. But thankfully enough that David gave us a very important insight where if it's a car dealer, what do they do is that they thoroughly check the drivetrain, the drivability of the entire car. So these questions need to be erased so that the process will be much more smoother and much more better, not just for Chong but for everyone else also. So I would personally like to thank David for allowing us to use his workshop to diagnose Chong's car. A huge shout out to Chong as well for providing us that opportunity to actually come and diagnose his entire car. If you ever want to be sponsored by Rive, give us a like, comment, even share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time in Rive.